As you just saw in my project, when I use npm init in my project, a file called package.json is created automatically. So what is this package.json file and why it is important? Simply put, package.json is a manifest file that records all important information about my project. For example, name, description, author, dependencies, license, and so on and so forth. And here's an example of a very simple package.json file. It is empty. Now, of course, an empty package.json file will not help us. So here is a more complex one. It has name of the project, version. It looks like this project has been under development for a while. A simple description, the entry point of the project, license. The next one is more complex. This package.json file is downloaded from a Vue project. As you can see, besides name, version, description, we got scripts, and those are called npm scripts. So there are dev, start, unit, test, lint, and build. We're going to talk about what do I mean by npm script and why do we need them. And next, we have dependencies, and there are two kinds of dependencies. This is dependency. It is also known as production dependency, and here is development dependency. So what is a dependency? If you remember that at the beginning of this video, I said when you build your own project, your project needs third-party modules or libraries or packages. So those are dependencies. Dependencies are the modules that your project relies on to function properly. For example, in the production dependency, I need a Vue library or Vue module so that my project can function well. Now, in development, we need Babel. If you still remember that, Babel will convert ES6 JavaScript to ES5, and then we need this in development. But we do not need it in production, because in production, we have already converted them to ES5. Besides Babel, we also need Chalk, we need CSS Loader, we need ESLint, if you remember that ESLint. We also need File Loader, Jest, and here we have Vue.js, Vue Loader, and Webpack. All those are tools that you're going to need during development phase. For each package, besides the name, we also list the specific version of this package or of this dependency. Because if this package has a wrong version, even though it's the same package, right, but it's the wrong version, things will break. I'm pretty sure everyone has this experience. I download this package, but since it is a new version, my old project will break. Having dependencies in your package.json file allows the project to install those versions of modules it depends on. By running an install command, I will show later on, inside this project, you can install all of those dependencies that are listed in the project's package.json file, meaning that they don't have to be bundled with the project itself. Also here, I include some explanations about the options we put in this JSON file: name, version, description, dependency, dev, engine, browser list. Now that you have basic understanding of what a package.json file is, I want to show you a concrete example. Remember, every Node project should have a file called package.json, and we can get this file by using command npm init. This file is super important because it is a manifest that records all important information about the current project. So for example, in this project, here is our package.json. We got name, version, description, entry point, npm scripts, author, and license. Then you will ask, where are all the dependencies? If you still remember the example I showed you before, there are two kinds of dependencies. One is production dependency. The second one is called dev or development dependency. Well, it turns out that the first time you create a project, there are no dependencies because we haven't downloaded, we haven't installed anything. So next, I'm going to install 2 or 3 packages and have our project depend on the 2 or 3 packages. So what package do I install? I don't know. Let's take a look on Google. So here I'm going to type npm, maybe most popular, Okay. So here's the first link. Accept. Here is a list of most depended upon packages. So number 1 is Lodash. We have React, Chalk, Request, Commander, Moment, and here is Express, which is a very popular backend or server-side framework. We have Debug, Axios, Async, and here is our favorite Vue, and here is UUID. So I'm going to download 2 packages. The first one is Lodash, and second one is UUID, because I think it's also a good opportunity to introduce a very popular utility library or module to you guys. Okay, next I'm going back to VS Code and install the 2 modules or packages. The command to install npm packages is npm install, and then we have the name of the package. So next, I'm going to use the built-in terminal in VS Code right here. First, make sure you are under the project directory. So right now, I'm under npm-demo. So if I do ls, there's only one file, package.json, which is this guy here. All right, let's install the very first one, npm install Lodash. Now, when I press enter, make sure you pay attention to what happened under this directory. Right now, there's only one file. And also pay attention to what happened in package.json. Press enter. As you can see, we're using internet to download Lodash from npm's online package repository. And once we download it, where do we put it? We're going to put it in this directory called node modules. So npm created this directory for us and put all the downloaded or installed packages. So if I expand it, right now there's only one, Lodash. As you can see, under Lodash, there are many, many modules. Lodash is a package. Okay, collapse. We also have one extra file generated. This is called package.lock.json. I'll explain the purpose of this file. But for now, let's focus on package.json. Now, inside package.json, we have one more option or one more property. It's called dependencies. And this is the name of the package. And this is the current version, 4.17.15. So it looks like by default, if we use npm install, this Lodash will be treated as a production dependency. All right, next, let's install the second one, UUID. npm install UUID. Now we got our second dependency in production dependency. So if I refresh here, under node modules directory, there are now Lodash and UUID, 2 packages. So if I expand this, as you can see, there are many modules in here. So now we have installed 2 packages, Lodash and UUID, as production dependencies. Next, I'm going to show you how to install a package as dev dependencies. In other words, this package will only be used during development. Okay, so here I'm going to clear. We're going to install a package called Webpack. We're going to have a full lecture on Webpack because Webpack is very important in front-end development, like in Vue or React. But in this lecture, I'm only going to show you how to install it. npm install Webpack. If I press enter now, this will be installed as a production dependency. We have one more line under UUID. That's not what I want. So what I'm going to do here is, here, I'm going to type -d. So when I press enter, we're downloading Webpack. It's kind of large. Now, as you can see, if I refresh here, so there's so many dependencies. Okay. Where is our Webpack? All the way down here. Here we have Webpack. But besides Webpack, it looks like we downloaded all other packages. Why is that? Because remember this dependency tree. So our project depends on Webpack, but Webpack is not by itself. Webpack has its own dependencies. So in order to use Webpack, we have to first download all the dependencies of Webpack. So that's why, even though it looks like we're downloading only one package, Webpack, but guess what? We're downloading a lot along this dependency tree. But don't worry, Npm is doing everything behind the scene. You as a developer don't have to worry about it. Webpack is installed not as a production, but as a dev dependencies. And now, if you look at here, all those packages, our node module becomes very heavy because it's so large. It can become very large. So when you push this to GitHub, you probably want to ignore these node modules because those are third-party ones you do not want to push to GitHub. Okay, next, I'm going to show you how to install a global package. So up until now, we have installed 3 packages, 2 dependencies and 1 dev dependency. And they all have one thing in common is I installed them under my current project. They're all stored under this directory, node modules. Now, what if there are some very popular package that every node project wants to use it, okay? So instead of making it local, let's make it global to all the projects so I don't have to download over and over again. We're going to download one package called nodemon, and this is a very popular package that can be used in different kind of applications. Npm install nodemon-g. That is the flag globally. So if I press enter, as you can see, we're downloading. It takes a while. Okay, we're done. We have successfully installed nodemon, but it is not installed locally. In other words, you cannot find it here. If I refresh and expand it, you cannot find nodemon. Then where do we install it? Okay, so we can find it out using a command called npm root-g. Press enter. Now on Mac, all the global packages you downloaded using npm install, they are stored here. Okay? USR, local, library, node modules. Later on, I'm going to show you how I can use this. Before I show you how to use a package we just downloaded, maybe a local package or global package, I want to show this picture to you. Because every time I look at this picture, I laugh, right? It's a joke about node modules, how large, how heavy it is. Now, remember our example, we installed Webpack. So even though we just installed one package, but Webpack has its own dependencies, and its dependency has their dependencies, right? So it looks like we only download one, but actually we're downloading a lot of dependencies. So that can make your node module directory very large, very heavy. So let me show you how we can list all the packages that our project depends on. So let's go to VS Code. So in terminal, first let me clear all of those. There's a command called Npm List. Okay, so this one will show me all the packages that my current project depends on. So if I press enter, make it large. So as you can see, this is really a dependency tree. Okay, it's huge. That's probably because we have downloaded Webpack. Okay, so it's just a very, very large. So we cannot really see it very clearly. As you can see, here's the first level, lodash UID, then we have Webpack, right? Under Webpack, we have more and a lot more. So this is not very visual appealing. So what I want to do here is I'm going to only show you the level 1. Let's go down all the way here. It's clear. Okay, we're going to use npm list -- depth 0. We only show level 1. In other words, in this case, the 3 dependencies. We have direct dependency. We have lodash, UID, and Webpack. Now, what if we change this to 1? Okay, as you can see, Webpack depends on those packages. If I show depth 2 or 3, you can see more levels. Okay, but in most cases, we're interested in depth 0 and depth 1.